Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2012 high school movie titled Project X. Three high school seniors decide to throw a party in order to gain popularity among their peers. However, their plan soon spirals out of control when news of their party quickly gets out. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? Costa and JB, high school students in Pasadena, are planning a party for their friend Thomas' birthday in order to boost their popularity. Thomas' parents leave him alone in the house for the weekend, but they warn him not to invite too many people over and not to drive his father's Mercedes. Although Thomas is hesitant to host the party at his home, Costa sticks to his plan and hires AV student Dax to document the evening's events. While Costa, JB, and Dax spread the word about the party around the school, Thomas invites his best friend Kirby, who has a crush on him, and Alexis, a popular girl. The boys go to T-Rick, a drug dealer, to buy marijuana after purchasing party supplies. Costa kidnaps his lawn gnome and turns him into a party mascot. T-Rick discovers the theft as they leave and pursues them, but they escape in Thomas' minivan. The party start time passes as night falls, but no one shows up, and Thomas is concerned that the party will be a failure. Suddenly, a swarm of partygoers appears. Thomas plans to keep the party to the backyard and pool house, with Everett and Tyler, two young security guards hired by Costa, keeping an eye on the house. However, as more people arrive, the party outgrows their control and spills into the house. Thomas interrogates Costa about how he publicized the party, forcing him to admit that he advertised it on Craigslist and on a local radio station, fearful that no one would show up. The situation quickly escalates, and the police arrive in response to a noise complaint. The officers are convinced that the party has already ended because the partygoers remain silent. The cops leave, and the party continues. The gnome of T-Rick is smashed, revealing a large quantity of ecstasy tablets, which are quickly consumed by the partygoers, including Thomas and his friends. Thomas kisses Kirby and confesses his love for her. Meanwhile, Alexis flirts with Thomas all night and eventually seduces him. Kirby interrupts the couple as they are about to have sex and leaves the party upset, as does Alexis, who is upset that Thomas ran away and was secretly filmed. The party's noise and chaos, which has now spread to the surrounding neighborhood, is broadcast on television, with helicopters flying over the house. After being baked by other partygoers, a dwarf guest drives Thomas' father's Mercedes into the pool. T-Rick arrives with a flamethrower and sets fire to the trees and cars in search of Costa and his gnome, forcing the guests to flee and the party to end. When the cops fire at his flamethrower pack, it explodes. As Thomas' house, and the rest of the neighborhood, burns down, the SWAT team moves in to retake the neighborhood. Thomas, Costa, JB, and Dax flee with the other guests. The boys return to their respective homes the next morning to find out what punishment they will receive. Thomas' father compliments him on throwing such a large party because he thought he was a loser when his parents return, but reveals that Thomas is in serious trouble because his college fund will be used to pay for the damages. The students cheer the boys on at school, and Thomas reconciles romantically with Kirby. T-Rick survives the explosion and is arrested for his actions. Thomas is convicted of disturbing the peace, contributing to the delinquency of minors, and inciting a riot, but is also voted most likely to succeed by his classmates, and Costa and JB are acquitted. Costa due to his expensive lawyer, and JB due to his parents convincing the court that he is mentally incapable and unfit to stand trial. Costa, on the other hand, is awaiting the results of 3 paternity tests, forcing JB to ride the short bus for the rest of high school. Meanwhile, Dax is being investigated for his parents' disappearance. Instead of apologizing on live television, Costa invites Jillian Reynolds to his next party in a TV interview. And this is where the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, until next time.